Alden Akey here with another Halo 4 campaign mission walkthrough, and today I'm going to show you how to get the first of the 2 weekly campaign challenges for the week of December 2nd through the 8th, which is That's No Moon, which requires you to complete the Requiem mission on a legendary difficulty. So here we go momentarily. We'll be setting the mission up. There we go, Requiem, and what I did is I turned on several skulls. Tilt to give me a little bit extra oomph on my melees and shielding on my Banshee. Cowbell for a little bit more explosive capability, and Grunt Birthday Party to better see headshots on grunts at distance when they blow up. So as we go through the 343 stuff here, now this is a fairly skip heavy mission, and I use a number of techniques, not all of them, but a number of techniques developed and refined by the Mythic community, the speedrunners, and the campaign glitchers. But as we start here,
much better than we did.
First thing I'm going to do is get rid of this useless AR for a plasma pistol.
We still need a rifle.
And ironically enough, I don't use that particular plasma pistol. I won't be using one until a little bit later in the mission. And I actually won't be using this pistol. We're going to have to do a little running here to get to a hog. Now what we're going to be doing right off the bat, once we get to a certain point with a hog, is we're going to be running a double backtrack skip, which we advance to a certain point where we would normally engage enemies, and then turn around and backtrack to another point, jump across a gulch, and the mission resets to a point where those particular enemies disappear. And the further you advance into the mission, the more or different set of enemies will essentially despawn. That's the backtrack. So very similar to the one in Reach on Pillar of Autumn, where you could backtrack and despawn elites.
I didn't want to mention it, seeing as how
which is always a good thing when you don't have to go up against elites.
It is possible.
Okay, so here's this boring hog ride
How?
through the
Well,
wreckage.
as far as I know, I'm the only AI ever generated from living tissue. A clone of Dr. Halsey, to be precise. It may
Yada
be
yada
possible
yada.
to recompile my
Cortana's
neural
telling
net
us
by
about
replicating the same conditions.
how she can be rejuvenated,
That
if
means
you
getting
will,
back to Halsey.
and stop her rampant self. Guess we got to listen to something as we go driving through the murk here. Okay. That particular jump's an important one because we'll be coming back to that spot to initiate the skips.
Chief, I'm hearing that strange signal again. Stronger this time.
Do you think there's something to it?
I'm curious more than anything. Its behavior is odd.
Okay, there's 3 phantoms over there dropping off coveys. And by doing this first skip, we're going to clear the valley of all the coveys. So we're backtracking back to that last gap we jumped. We'll go ahead and park the hog. Alright. I parked it really good that time. Okay, run up, plant your foot on a little black spot, do a crouch jump across to this beam, walk up actually into that wood and make a right, do a crouch jump holding the crouch all the way up to there, turn left and jump up to there. Notice the screen freeze. It's reloading the scenery in front of us without the enemies. That's what that screen freeze is. Okay, do a sprint jump back across, jump in the hog, and off we go. Of course, we can't push that crate out of the way with a hog, and yet I can do it by myself. That didn't make much sense to me. Okay, back in the valley, and there's nobody there. Alright. The first real covey we're going to encounter is a concussion rifle elite in the next little section, at the start of the next little section, if you will. But we can take him out fairly easily with the 50 cal from here. The first thing we need to do, though, is we need to drop that snipe tower right there, because he tends to run back behind it and we can't get a line of sight on him. Once we take that out, though, he's easy pickings. And remember, the barrel of the 50 caliber will overheat. And notice I'm pausing there. I'll fire a little bit and pause, fire a little bit and pause. There go the shields. There goes the elite. Okay. Now we're going to get ready to set up the second part of the skip, or skip number 2, if you will. Now, for some reason or other, I was a little bit distracted here. I really wasn't quite sure what I was doing, but I actually wanted to go to a little bit more to the right. I realized my mistake. I'm coming back. I'm swapping out my hog here for a ghost to help set up the start of that second skip. Normally I just drive straight to the ghost. Like I said, you know, I had a senior moment. Okay, bring the ghost in here and park it like so, with that left wing in that little indentation, like so. Okay, jump out, and there happens to be another ghost parked a little bit ways up here. That's what we're running for. Right here. Nice of them to leave equipment lying around. And what we're going to do here is we're going to use the jump key, hold it down to bring the nose of the ghost up, and then just drive it right up with a little boost right up that first ghost. Now remember that if you press your jump key, whichever that may be, for most of it's the A key, that will lift the nose of the ghost. Alright, I ran underneath those 2 supports to initiate the next little group of enemies, which is 3 grunts. There's 2, there's 3, and then I came back here for cover.
If we're going to hijack a ship from these Covenant, we're going to have to find where they're landing.
And I'm grabbing
I don't suppose you have a plan.
fuel rod cannon.
We could always
That
ask
actually
them.
was going to be used as plan B
Asking's not my
for
strong suit.
a sword elite I've got to deal with in a little bit, in case plan A didn't work. But I'll explain that when I get to it. Alright, jump key, nose up. You want to lead with the right wing there to get through that first little gap. And bring it up. Jump key again, bring the nose up. Here we go. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to position the ghost so I can do a sprint to a certain point. Up in here, got to watch out for that damn sniper. Well, he's firing at me like crazy. And I brought it most of the way up that little rise there, and that was far enough to, in essence, engage the next batch of coveys. Now we can go back and redo the skip and eliminate them all, or despawn them all, if you will. And that would be all the coveys at ground level and the first level of the cartographer structure. We'll still wind up with, I believe, 3 grunts, 2 shielded jackals, and that sword elite with camo up on the top level. But this particular iteration of the skip eliminates everybody else. Now, theoretically, you could advance up to that upper level, towards that upper level, and come back and run this thing a 3rd time. But it's fairly easy to take those coveys out up there on the top, so it's not worth the effort, to be quite honest. Okay, jump over here through the end of that particular piece of wood. Crouch jump up there, holding the crouch. Left turn, jump up to the top, turn around, sprint, jump back. And that little move can take a little bit of practice to be comfortable with, but you first do it at the start of the mission, so I mean, if you're not comfortable with it, then I would recommend just practicing it a little bit before you try to engage, especially in a no-kill mission, or no-death mission, I should say. Okay, here we go. Heading on back. Running, running, running. Back up to the second. It was like a relay race. Okay, up on second ghost. And we come back up here, and the enemies are gone. There would have been a bunch of jackals and grunts here. Plus, up on this level, some jackals and grunts. There's nothing here. Now, what we're going to do now is that sword elite is going to be right at the end here, and we're going to try a splattering. Boom, splattering. And then get the heck out of dodge. Jump out of the ghost and get back down here. Sometimes the grunts will go suicidal when that happens. Alright, and then come back up here and just clean up the... as it turns out, the only guys that got left are the two cubbies. I mean, the two shielded jackals, I mean. There we go. So apparently I took out the grunts with the splatters. Alright, so pick up the camo. That drops, by the way, when all the cubbies are dead right here. And here we go, inside.
There's that phantom signal again.
I heard something that time.
Alright, first thing we're going to do is get a fresh plasma pistol here. I really don't need the fuel rod cannon. Plan B would have been if I'd have missed the elite, then I would have taken out the grunts and the
I wondered when they'd show up.
the shielded jackals, and then the elite would have charged me from the back, and I would have taken him out with the fuel rod cannon. That was plan B, but I didn't need to do it. Now what we're doing here is an exercise called crating. I'm whacking the ammo crate here. Notice that I'm hitting it on the edges, kind of, in the middle. If you go low or go high, or in the middle of the crate, it'll knock it over. Don't want to do that. I'm being a little bit careful here. And the idea here is to block this doorway, because once I hit the activate switch in the first power core center thingy, whatever it is, this door will open. And what we're doing here by blocking it with crates is we are eliminating the, well, not eliminating, but we're preventing the Covey squad, which consists of potentially an elite and some jackals and grunts, from coming out the door. So it makes the subsequent firefight that's going to happen here a lot simpler and a lot quicker. And this is the first of two crating exercises, and actually exercises. And actually the second one is more important, because it will eliminate or keep an elite from coming out into the open. And anytime you can bypass having to battle elite is a good thing. Takes a couple of minutes to set up. I have actually done this faster, but it doesn't matter. Well, it takes an extra minute or 2 or 3. Like I said, it makes life a little bit easier when we have to start dealing with coveys. Okay. Crating exercise number 1 done. Now what we're going to do is go up here and use this particular container to block another doorway. Now notice how far that thing flew. That's the effect of Cowbell. The fact that I'm really moving the crates and the containers easily with melees is more of an effective tilt. The skull supposedly increases enemy strength and weaknesses, but it also does the same for me. So in that sense, it's a fairly beneficial skull. It allows me to do something like this in a reasonably fast manner. I mean, I could do it without tilt on, but it would take me forever, because each whack would hardly move the container at all. Okay, just a little bit right of center is where I want this thing to be. Right now I got a dead center. That's probably a little bit too far right. That's okay. Oop. I'm trying to be too perfect here. No, that's okay. A little bit right of center. Alright, off to the cartographer station. Alright, this is a forced cutscene. There's nothing I can do about it. And as it turns out, right when this cutscene started, I got a phone call. So,
Requiem. At least we know where we are now.
I was hoping that I could get through the call. It was a delivery service. I hope I could get through the call before
What happened?
cutscene ended, but it didn't quite make it that way. That's why I'm just kind of standing here momentarily.
I'm detecting power fluctuations.
And then I'm advancing a little bit, and then stopping again.
We can find some way to get this cartographer
Trying to
back
finish this
online.
damn phone call up. So, pardon the delay. There we go. Phone's back on the hook. Okay, off we go to the first power thingy. We have to get a good power flow going back to the cartographer. That's what this is all about. There's two of them. Alright, activate here, immediately turn around and jump up on the light bridge because it's rising up. Come out here and turn left. And we got a squad of coveys with grunts and shielded jackals. Way off in the distance there's an elite.
Partially.
Alright, what we want to do is take out all, or as many of the grunts and shielded jackals as we can from back here at distance. We have to deal with them up close. On this particular run, I believe I was able to get all of them. That one grunt doesn't know what he's doing down there. Okay, so they're all taken care of. And notice that the doors have now opened, but these guys behind the doors are blocked, so they can't go anywhere. And now I'm going to deal with the elite that was over there. And what I'm doing is I'm going all the way around to the around the room and come in from the other side here. And he is looking where I was. EMP, headshot. One elite down, noob combo. That's a noob combo. Okay, now we can go take care of the second power fluctuation, if you will. Let's go get the power going smoothly again. And out we go here, and another squad of coveys appears. Two shielded jackals, take them out, and two grunts.
UNSC AI Cortana to infinity. Please
Okay,
respond.
that takes care of them. If I hadn't done that first
But from the strength of
exercise,
that signal, the
that
infinity
first
has to be
carting
close by.
exercise, there would have been a lot more to deal with.
The cartographer should be back
Plus,
online.
more down in
We may
here
be able to
too.
use it to track the ship's
What I got
location.
here is I've got a jackal marksman to take out. That's what that was about. Back up here. They're still trying to get out that blocked doorway. Tough luck. Now I've got two elites and three shielded jackals that are going towards the cartographer station. And I'm first going to try to take out the shielded jackals. Notice I can knock their shields back and get them with a headshot. And I'm doing that by hitting them in the hands. And of course this third one is being uncooperative. He's kind of hiding behind that little barricade up there. And let's see if I can get him out. At some point he's going to move. Here it comes. Hit him in the hands. Knock him back. Headshot. Alright, now we're left with the two elites. And one of them is fairly easy to take out from distance because he's not well shielded. I can drop his shields by just hitting him with Covenant Carbine shots like that. He's down. The other one is a little bit tougher. He requires 2 EMPs and a headshot. Or an assassination. Now if Mythic were on, I wouldn't be able to take him. Mythic and Thunderstorm actually. I wouldn't be able to take him out with any kind of firepower at all, I'd have to take him out with an assassination or a melee, or back smack, if you will. All right, you see what I'm doing there? I'm trying to get him over to this left post. Sometimes he'll anchor himself in that left post, and I can sneak around and back smack him. Looks like this time, no. All right, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use the double EMP headshot approach. Notice I got camo on because I'm running out of camo.
We can't give the Covenant access to the cartographer.
EMP number
Clear
1,
them out.
EMP number 2, headshot, scratch one ghost, or one elite. I'm sorry. All right, now I actually got another elite. This is what this crating did. Another elite in here and a couple of grunts to take care of. Now, sometimes the elite won't appear, but notice what I'm doing here is I'm just hitting him with Covenant carbine fire. Dropped the shields and got him with a headshot. And the grunts are easy to take care of. You just gotta be a little careful because one of them, like that last one, might be a needler grunt. You don't want to die there with a super combine from a needler. Okay, off we go to the cartographer station. We've cleared all the coveys out. And now we can activate the cartographer station again. And I'm going to skip this cutscene. And the next thing we got to do is battle our way through a bridge that reminds me of Narrows.
What do you know about Infinity?
Not much. She was supposed to be massive, but the project was only in prototype
Okay.
when we left.
Notice I advanced to get that door open. Now what I'm doing here is, I don't have to do this. I'm just taking, this is like target practice. I'm not worried about wasting ammo either. There we go. Because that regardless of whether or not I take out that grunt gunner, that Phantom will take off. So I could have just stayed there and waited on it. Alright, now we got a bunch of grunts and shielded jackals we need to take out on the bridge below. Now notice I'm staying to the right up here because once you step into that circle that's in front of me and a little bit to the left, that activates an elevator that'll take you down, and you don't want to do that just yet. You want to take out as many of these guys as you can from up here, if not all of them. And it's a little bit pot luck at distance.
Scouts, fortifying the bridge below. Stay sharp.
We got some down here as well. The grunts are easy. Sometimes you can actually fire over the shield on the shielded jackals. If not, then try to knock them back by hitting them in the hand, and then take them out with a headshot. If they got their shields to you. I'm in no rush here. But it's better to take them out from up here than down there. We're going to knocked him back with a hit in the hands and then headshot. This guy up here is a pain in the butt. And look, the elite is providing cover for the shielded jackal. Which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You would think it'd be the other way around. Alright, he's running away now. Alright, jump on down here. Sometimes Cortana chides us about that, sometimes she doesn't. Okay, what we're going to do here is going to despawn this elite by running down below. And we're going to take out... crap. Got EMP there. We're going to take out those two grunts and that shielded jackal. Now that other shielded jackal is actually still behind me a bit, but what I'm doing here is by running up to this point here, and that first elite somehow magically despawns. I have no idea why that happens, but never fear, there's another elite that I've got to deal with. That just came in. Here's that jackal that I was sworn he ran down this ramp, but somehow I missed him. All right, first up, we want to take out or try to take out this Phantom Gunner Grunt. It doesn't matter whether we take him out or not. That again, that Phantom will move off. Next up is a Jackal Sniper, and we definitely want to take him out because he's a nasty little guy. Notice I went camo there because I didn't want the elite to see me. And now this particular elite is pretty well shielded like the last elite that we had to deal with. But the problem is around here his movements don't make it easy to do the double plasma headshot bit. So I'm going to take him out with a back smack. And I'm using my motion. I notice he stopped right here. Well, actually, he went running off to this side, but I got to him. I sprinted to him before he had a chance to turn around, and I took him out. The ultimate would have been to have him freeze and just easily sneak up on him, but nonetheless, he's taken care of. Now I've got jackals and shielded jackals and grunts down here that I want to take out, and an elite who cracks me up. Well, even with his needler. Okay, I believe that's all of the little guys. And now we got to deal with the elite. Now watch what happens. He actually tried to throw a grenade at me. We didn't see it on this throw, but he tried to throw a grenade at me. And his forward step took him off the platform. So the idea there is, that time I didn't have to work for it, but the idea there is to work him around to that left open portion there of the platform and get him to throw a grenade at you, and once he does, he goes falling off the platform to his death. I mean, I could actually hear him screaming to his death, and every time I see that, even though I didn't see it that time, but every time that happens, it just cracks me up. I mean, you could do one of these run by him deals, but that way I know I've got him. Just letting him try to throw a grenade at me, and then he falls off the platform. Okay, next up we're going to grab a Banshee and bypass the last part of the bridge and try to bring it down and land it and run through an open doorway and hopefully you don't get killed. So here we go. Jump on the Banshee, and what I did here is I clicked on my camo. Hopefully it'll still be on when I land this thing. And I'm bringing it up high, left, down. Fire one shot, bring it down, turn it right, and then jump out, hoping that it'll shield me a little bit from the coveys behind me. Especially there's a concussion rifle elite back there, and that actually turned out to be pretty easy. Okay, next up, I want to take these grunts out. Now we got a couple of grunts and a couple of ghosts. And what we do is when they advance, go ahead and go camo. Alright, and when you go camo, they kind of drive sideways, presenting their heads, and you can take them out with a headshot. You cannot take them out head on with a headshot. Just can't do it. We've also got a couple of jackal marksmen, at least one of which is a sniper. Alright, probably should have taken a shot at the sniper there. And I've also got a grunt on this gun. Alright, took care of the grunt. And there goes jackal marksman number one. There's another one on the right side. Not sure where they got him. Here comes the second ghost. Notice I go camo again. He's going sideways. And headshot. Hit him in the nose. That's a headshot. Or a nozzle. Grab this ghost. And haul it over to here. Because there's an ammo crate right here. Alright. Go ahead and clean up this grunt. I'm not sure where he came from. Alright. That marksman's down. I must have gotten the first marksman. or the one on the right. 'Cause I don't believe he's going to be a problem. Notice I picked up a rocket here. There's a plasma turret way off in the distance right there, and it's very hard to headshot the grunt that's on it. And it's possible that the grunt won't be on it initially, but you just want to take the turret out. Alright, looks like the turret's done. Let's go back here and grab plasma pistol. The rocket did its job. Kind of looking around. Whoop! Didn't get that jackal marksman, but I got him that time. And I got that shielded jackal that was up there. When he's the last one left, that shielded jackal, he will come down off that right side. Now here, there's still there's an elite and some grunts and shielded jackals up in the center area. And when we take out all but one of the grunts and shielded jackals, the elite will charge. That's why I'm not really sure how many are left up there. That's why I'm keeping track of where that ghost is. And if I take one out, okay, and I immediately run back and jump on the ghost. Oh, here he comes. Okay, so we only got one left. And this was a little bit of a hairy run. I can do better on. Oh, thank goodness I didn't get EMP'd there. He was bringing my shields down real quick, so I decided to go ahead and take the ghost out first. I mean the grunt out first. There we go. Because he can EMP me and drop the ghost, and I'm in a world of hurt. Okay, phew. That takes care of the elite. Yeah, I don't like my shields being in such bad shape, but that's okay. We took care of them all. Next up, we're going to have an elite and a concussion rifle elite and 4 grunts. And they're going to come out of an open doorway I'm looking at right there. There is another tactic one can use where you just after the first ghost, you just grab and go straight to that doorway and try to splatter them all. And that'll despawn everybody else in the area. But I don't like to do it when unless I have mythic on and I get double health. Taking out the grunts. I'll take out the 4 grunts and then deal with the elite in a slightly different manner. Okay, that should be it for the grunts. And what I'm going to do here is jump in the ghost. Clean up a little bit and start firing up here on the left side. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the elite to focus on the ghost. And then I'm going to run around and try to come at him from the other side. In this particular run, it's going to take 2 tries to do it. The lesson I learned here is don't EMP him when he's not looking at you. For some reason that really didn't work. It allows him to move away real quick, and I missed the headshot. We'll see what happens here. He's looking away, looking away. And actually, I probably could have gone right up there and backsmacked him. See what happened is, as soon as I EMP'd him, he ran and took cover behind that crate. And now I'm in a little bit of trouble. So we're going to come back down here, get away. And we're going to go try again. That concussion rifle is a nasty weapon. Okay, here we go. Try number 2. Camera's on. He sees me now. I should use that ramp up as cover. EMP him, headshot. Scratch the elite. Give him a little melee because he was a pain in the butt. And off towards the end here. This is called the slippery rock skip. Notice I jumped up on that little support there. And I'm trying to get up to the top of this rock. And this is why we call it the slippery rock. It just is a little bit tough to get up to. I'm cussing right now. Good thing this is not a live walkthrough. Okay. Crouch jump up here. Go camo. Now notice I'm taking this wide. There's only a grunt or two and shielded jackal, and one of those grunts went suicidal. That's the second time I've ever seen that. But because I went a little bit wide and I had full shields, I was able to survive that. Even with Cowbell on and the additional explosive power of the grenade. Okay, what we've just done by doing that is we've bypassed the last major battle to get to that doorway. And now we're just about to the end of the mission. That really is a good tactic to learn. Like I said, it saves you a lot of heartburn trying to get to the end of this mission, including having to fight through a bunch of elites and grunts and jackals and even 2 hunters. So here we go. Coming to the end. We got to take this elevator up to the top of the terminus. This is essentially the That's No Moon challenge conquered. Okay. Go ahead and skip the rest of the cutscene once it gets to the top here. There we go. And that should do it. The end of the mission there, followed by the challenge popping. I hope this helps you in your quest for the weekly campaign challenge. That's No Moon. Old and Aki signing off. Take care, everybody.